Receiving the starting lineup for the Bulldogs. At center, Adam Kennedy. The guards, Brandon Mullins and Kenneth Russell. The tackles, Harold Woolman and Greg Stidham. And the ends, Jason Evans along with Chris Maid. Larry Huff will be the quarterback. And the running back, Sean Poole, Jermaine Banks along with Doug Blair. And just that quick, we're set to go here from Appalachia. The Bulldogs have won the toss of the coin. They will receive. Back deep to receive and to return. The kickoff is Tony Galloway, a 6 foot, 155-pound junior. Field very muddy, as will be every football field across the Mountain Empire today. The kick will be a short one and will be fielded by Jason Evans up here at the 27-yard line. The return is up to the 30, across the 35, and he is dropped right at around the 39-yard line. Now, between the hash marks, goal line to goal line, a lot of quick dry, a lot of sand, still a lot of moisture. It is wet, and there are little pockets of water all over the field. Dogs go without a huddle. They come to the line of scrimmage. Two running backs are Poole along with Blair. The handoff will go to Poole. Tries the middle across the 40 up to the 41-yard line. Appalachia starting the drive at their own 39-yard line. 3-yard pickup out to the 42-yard line by Poole. That is for the Bulldogs, second down and 7 yards to go. Call a friend or a neighbor telling them, of course, if you will, that Appalachia Pocahontas football is on WNVA AM 1350. Full house set of the backfield. Here's a little pass out of the flat, incomplete to Evans. That was almost a lateral. They do call it an incomplete pass, intended out on the flat, with a screen out there, intended for Jason Evans. It was overthrown. Jermaine Banks replaces Evans in the Bulldog lineup. It'll be Banks splitting wide to the left side. In the backfield, Brandon Mullins of the Bulldogs, number 51, inserted into the lineup more or less as a blocking back. The handoff will be to the second man, and going absolutely nowhere, Sean Poole stopped right there at the line of scrimmage, the 42-yard line. So Pocahontas, the Indians come up with a good defense. First time on the field this afternoon, holding the powerful, mighty Bulldogs of Appalachia to only 3 yards and 3 carries. And the Dogs will have to go into punt formation here on 4th down and 7 yards to go. A very brief timeout call for by one of the officials to allow some equipment repair for one of the Pocahontas players. Jason Rubble, number 4, dropping back deep to receive this punt off the foot of Sean Poole. There's the snap. Here's the rush. There's the kick. Half spiraling kick. It's going to be fielded up here at the 27-yard line. And downed immediately by Jason Evans and Chris Maid was number 22, Kenny Cook. Goes absolutely nowhere. So Pocahontas has it on offense here for the first time this afternoon. They have it first down and 10. The line of scrimmage will be their own 29-yard line. No score, 10-23, remaining to play here in the first quarter. To the near side for Pocahontas comes Nunley. In the slot out here, in fact, they set a double slot on the near side with one setback. Carter gives the football off to that first man through gross close, across the 30, up to the 33, stacked up at the 34-yard line. In on the tackle for Appalachia was Todd Jesse, a 6 foot, 190-pound junior. The gain good for right at 5 yards, up to the Pocahontas Indian 34-yard line, where for the Bulldogs it is second down and 5 yards to go. Number 22, Timmy Cook, splits wide to the far side. And again, the double slot to this side. Pocahontas running right to left across your radio dial. Defensively for the Bulldogs, 4 down linemen. Hand off to the lone setback. Again, gross close up to the 35-yard line. That is it. Maven on the stop for the Bulldogs, along with number 79, Greg Stidham, a 5'10", 210-pound senior. No gain on the play. It is for the Indians. Third down, well, they give them a yard up to the 35-yard line. It is for Pocahontas. Third down now. They need 4. They had to get the ball up to the 39-yard line to keep their initial drive going. 3rd and 4. Power I formation. Stacked full in the backfield for the Indians. Going in motion is one of the running backs. That would be Nunley. And Appalachia jumps off sides. And it will be offsides Appalachia. That'll be a penalty of 5 yards up to the 40-yard line, giving Pocahontas a 1st and 10 from their own 40-yard line. So the man in motion draws the Bulldogs offside. First down and 10 Pocahontas, no score, 8 minutes and 54 seconds remaining to play here in the first quarter. Again, the lone set back in there is Grossclose. Grossclose, number 20. Aaron Grossclose, a 5'9", 175-pound junior. Gets the handoff across the 41 up to the 42-yard line. Second down, following a 2-yard pickup by the Indians. They need 8 for the first down. Carter at quarterback is Michael Carter, a 5'10". He's only a freshman. He weighs 145 pounds. A 9th grader in at quarterback here for the Indians at Pocahontas High School. Again, they go with a power I. One wide receiver to the near side is Cook. And again, going in motion is Nunley. The handoff again to Grossclose. Tries it to the outside. One under and thrown for a loss all the way back at the 40-yard line. Huff was there. Evans was there. Mabe was there. Also defensively for the Appalachia Bulldogs, Ricky Mullis was there. Loss of 2 yards back to the 40-yard line. It is for the Indians now 3rd down and 10 yards to go. Operating across your radio dial or your TV screen on the replay on MTV Channel 37. They are moving right to left. Receivers come to both sides. On the near side is Rubel, number 4. Lone setback remains Grossclose. Carter takes, and on the giveaway, Grossclose stopped initially at the line of scrimmage. A hole opens up, and he dives up to the 44-yard line. A pickup of 4 yards. It'll be 4th down. They'll need 6 for the first down. Closer to 7 they'll need, and an obvious punting situation here for Pocahontas. As back deep for the Bulldogs drops Brandon Lawson, a senior at 5'11" on 150 pounds, capable of breaking the long one. Jason Evans stands up at the 35-yard line as Lawson stands back at the 20. Off the side of the foot, the kick will go out of bounds and around the Bulldog 35-yard line. So Appalachia has it now for their second time here this afternoon. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs with 6:48 remaining in a scoreless first quarter. 1st and 10 Appalachia, they spot it at the Bulldog 35-yard line. Appalachia again goes with that no-huddle offense. It'll be Jermaine Banks splitting to the left side. Tied in on the near side, I believe is Mabe it is. Running backs will be Sean Poole along with Blair. And the handoff will be to Blair. Opened up at the 40, 45. He's finally tackled as he brought the ball across the 45 up to about the 47-yard line. 12-yard pickup that time for Blair. Doug Blair, a 5'8", 157-pound senior, and the Bulldogs have it 1st and 10 at their own 47-yard line. In as a blocking back is Brandon Mullins, number 51. Could run with a football. As the full house set in the backfield, the handoff again to Blair, and he takes the handoff and he goes forward for 1, maybe 2 yards up near the 49-yard line. Second down for the Bulldogs. They have it at the 49-yard line. They need right at 8 yards for the first down. Again, Jermaine Banks wide to the left side. Poole and Blair along with number 51. Brandon Mullins are in the backfield. Time now call for the Bulldogs. Stay with us. Time out, and we'll be back in 1 minute. So the Bulldogs come to the line. Time back in. Second down for Appalachia. They need 8. Full out set on the backfield. Huff on the play fake. Penalty flags are thrown with a snap of the ball. It'll be a procedure call or offsides, as the case may well be against Pocahontas. It'll be procedure against the Bulldogs. Appalachia will be back up 5 yards. It'll move it to the Bulldogs' 44-yard line, where now it becomes for Appalachia 3rd down. Right at 12 yards to go for the first, close to 13. They hand the ball at their own 44. They must get it down to the Pocahontas 43-yard line or so for the first down. 6 minutes, 3 seconds left in the first quarter. It is 0-0. Huff sets him down. Takes the snap, play fake, drops back, screen set to the outside. Evans receives, gets a good block, turn loose at the 50. He's at the 40, he's at the 30. He'll go all the way, 20, 14, 10, 5, touchdown, Jason Evans. A foot for 6 yards, screen from Huff to Jason Evans. And the Bulldogs lead 6-0. The score comes with 5:51 left to play in the first quarter. And the Dogs on to try for 2. Vicious block that sprung him loose, thrown on the outside. I believe it was Neil Hopkins who threw the big block. Here's the try for 2. It is Jermaine Banks looking for the corner of the end zone, and he fleets, scoops, and pushes in there. It's good. Timeout. 8-0. Dogs lead. Back with the Appalachia kickoff in 30 seconds. Sean Poole tees it up and kicks it away. Not deep. That one hooking out of bounds around the 25-yard line. Penalty flags are thrown, and Pocahontas will have a decision whether to make them kick it again or take it on offense up here at the 35-yard line. I would imagine they will take it at the 35, which is what apparently they will do. Pocahontas will put it into play. First down and 10 at their own 35-yard line. Dogs lead here 8-0. Winner of this one next Saturday goes on the road. Their opponent will be Rural Retreat. Rural Retreat, of course, last night defeating Narrows for the Region C title, scoring that ball game 21-0. The half state, if the Dogs win this one, will be played on the road. Appalachia at Rural Retreat. That is to say, if the Dogs win. Pocahontas wins, of course, Pokey will go to Rural Retreat. Long count by the quarterback here for Pocahontas. Appalachia jumps the gun. They're off sides and a penalty flag thrown. Carter took a long count, changed his cadence, and Appalachia jumping the gun just a tad bit early. It'll be a 5-yard penalty that'll move the ball for the Pocahontas Indians up to the 40-yard line, where it becomes first down now. They need 5 for the first down. Lone setback is Gross close. Receivers come to the near side. Roberts along with Nunley. The handoff again to Gross close across the line of scrimmage in that muddy area of the field up to the 42-yard line. They have worked on this football field all day long, and I don't care where this game would have been played, anywhere in southwestern Virginia, conditions would be as bad, if not worse, than here. Our hats off to all those who have labored all day long in securing this field and making it playable here this afternoon. Lots of rain yesterday and last night, all over the Mountain Empire. Second down, 3 yards to go. And again, flags are thrown. It's again Appalachia just a little too anxious on defense. Carter, the quarterback, changing his cadence. A long count there, of course. And Appalachia a little too anxious, and they jump off sides. Will be penalized 5 yards, and it will become first down and 10 for the Pocahontas Indians up here at their own 47-yard line. First down and 10 for Pocahontas. 5 minutes, 11 seconds left to play in the first quarter here from Appalachia. The Bulldogs leading the ball game by a score of 8-0. We will be keeping you up to date on the Division II title game of Region D between the Pocahontas Vikings and the Hayside Tigers. Stay right here with us. Gross close, the lone setback, double slot set to the right. Gross close with a handoff. Will change that. Carrying the football was Willoughby, and he swims and squirms his way up to midfield into Bulldog territory at the 49-yard line. Just a little more than a 3-yard pickup. We're going to call it at the 50-yard line. Ball actually the length of itself into Appalachia territory. It is second down. 7 yards to go for the Indians. Cook, the wide receiver, to the far side. Nunley sets in the slot. Roberts in the background in the backfield along with Gross close. Carter, the quarterback under, again with a long count, takes the snap. It'll be the tailback with a carry. Bounces off the tackle at the line of scrimmage. Comes off tackle to the left side, and he is dropped. tackled by Appalachia's number 78 and 79, Ricky Wallace and Greg Stidham respectively. That was 400 pounds between those two tacklers that dropped him to the ground. Third down, they'll need right at 5 yards for the first down. The line of scrimmage is the Bulldog 48-yard line. 2-yard pickup on the carry. Third down and 5 for the Indians, who trail the Bulldogs 8-0 in the first quarter with 3:35 remaining to play. Gross close again, the one setback in the offensive formation. Here's a quick feed out into the flat. Incomplete. That one broken up and pretty near intercepted that time by Chris May. Fourth down, and Pocahontas will punt it away as we'll be dropping back into punt formation Jason Roberts, a 6 foot 180-pound junior. As a seagull, a ringed-billed gull flies over the football field here, looking for a watery place perhaps to land. Thinks he's at the beach. Here's the kick, low line drive that could be returned by Evans. Off his shoulder pad and out of bounds at the 15-yard line. A line drive that had return written all over it, but it was a little high up into the eyes of the receiver, Jason Evans. And that one popped off his shoulder pad and carried out of bounds. It'll be Bulldog football, first down and 10 at their own 14-yard line. Bulldogs lead 8-0 here on a very cloudy. Temperature-wise, it's a comfortable 52, 53 degrees or so. Temperature expected to drop throughout the afternoon. And, of course, we all in the Mountain Empire are under a flash flood watch until 7 o'clock in the morning, so we can have a lot of rain here today. Here comes Blair up to the 20, Blair to the 25, and Blair rolled to the ground, but not until he picks up a first down up at about the 22-yard line. 12-yard pickup for Blair from the 14 to the 22 at the 27-yard line, pardon me. Good gain for Blair and the Appalachia Bulldogs. It is for Appalachia, first down and 10 at the 27-yard line in their own territory. Huff takes it again. Blair off tackle, hit in the backfield, gets loose at the 30-yard line, and he is gained tackle up from about the 32-yard line. And that is good running on first down for Blair. He'll get 4 yards out of it. Second down and 6. Blair doing a lot of that one all on his own. Jermaine Banks in the backfield now for the Bulldogs along with Blair. And also back there is number 51, Brandon Mullins, for blocking purposes. Huff takes. Huff gives the football to, this is Sean Poole, to the 32 up to about the 33-yard line. That was a hard yard for, that was Blair rather than Poole, pardon me. Blair carrying a hard yard. Third down and right at 5 yards to go. Line of scrimmage, the Bulldogs' own 33-yard line. Appalachia leads here by a score of 8-0 with right at 2 minutes remaining to play in the first quarter. Everyone looking for the Bulldogs to really go on a scoring spree here this afternoon. But that's not the way it's been so far. This muddy field, an equalizer, I would imagine. And up, here comes Blair, 35. He's up to the 38-yard line. Blair had everyone fooled, and he carries for the first down, rambling all the way up to the Bulldogs' 44-yard line. Good carry by Doug Blair, giving me 11 yards out to the 44-yard line for the Bulldogs' first and 10. Dogs going with that no-huddle offense. Huff has him up, both ends are tight. Mabe along with Evans. Same set in the backfield. Huff sets him down, takes the snap. On the giveaway, on the cross, here is Blair across the 45 up to the 48-yard line and tackled in all that quick drive, sand, mud, and water up here and around the midfield stripe. They will spot the ball following the 6-yard pickup of Blair at the 50-yard line. It is second down, 4 yards to go for the Bulldogs, who lead in the ball game 8-0 with 1 minute and 6 seconds left in the first quarter. Again, Mabe and Evans are in tight. There's the straight Bulldog T formation in the backfield. The handoff, this time, first man through, across the 50, down to the 45-yard line. Oh, once again, Doug Blair And he'll have yet another Bulldog first down. It should be the first. It is into Pokey territory at the Pocahontas 45-yard line. First down and 10. Appalachia Bulldogs on top, 8-0. I'm Butch Bradley with you on a Saturday Thanksgiving weekend. This will be the second man. Jermaine Banks spins, turns, and chug-a-lugs his way all the way down to the Pocahontas 40-yard line. And again, it is good yardage, particularly on first down, as Banks scoots, slides his way for 5. It is the Bulldogs second and right at 5 yards to go. Dogs to the line, ball spotted on the near hash mark. Wide side to their left. Straight T formation in the backfield. Evans and May, both ends are drawn in tight. Huff has him down, takes, hands it off to Blair. Slants off tackle to the left side to the 39, to the 38, down to about the 37-yard line. 3-yard pickup for Blair as the first quarter comes to a halt. We have played the first. It is 8-0 Appalachia. Stay with us. We'll be back in 30 seconds. A spot in the Virginia High School League State Championship semifinals next Saturday at Rural Retreat. At stake, of course, the Group A Division I Region D Championship. Dogs have it. Huff gives the ball off. And again, Blair tackled as he knifes the ball to the 35-yard line. In on the tackle, Bobby Sluss, a 5'9", 165-pound senior here for the Pocahontas Indians. The Bulldogs will come up a half yard shy of the first down stick. They will go for it on 4th and about a foot to go. They have the football near the Pocahontas 35-yard line. Huff has Evans tied on the near side. Chris Mabe, the tight end on the far side. Full house set in the backfield to Turner, straight Bulldog T. And it'll be Blair on the first down, diving for 5 all the way down to the 30-yard line. First and 10 Bulldogs. 11:24 remaining to play here in the first half. Appalachia leads by a score of 8-0. Off and company, bring her to the line of scrimmage. First and 10 Bulldogs. They have it at the Indian 30-yard line. Half on the giveaway. This will be to the second man. Diving down to the 26, down to the 25-yard line. Poole. University of Tennessee all over Vanderbilt, 31-0 in the first half. Second down and 5 now for Appalachia. The Bulldogs leading here by a score of 8-0. 10:52 remaining until intermission. Huff sets him down. Huff on the giveaway. Pool starts right, cuts back left, 20 down to the 18 to the 16-yard line, where he was finally met and tackled by Billy Milam, a 5'8", 140-pound junior. The gain good all the way down to right at the 15-yard line. Where for the Bulldogs, again the chain gang exercising. They move the sticks. First and 10 Appalachia at the 15-yard line of Pocahontas. And now Pocahontas wants a timeout to talk it over. Time on the field, 8-0 Dogs lead. We'll be back in nothing, and they threaten with 10.5 minutes remaining in the first half. Second man, Poole. He's at the 15, he's at the 10, he's at the 5, and he'll slide in there for the touchdown. A 15-yard touchdown run by Sean Poole. The score comes with 10 minutes and 27 seconds left to play here in the first half. And the Bulldogs up their lead 14-0 with the latest conversion attempt to come. Dogs, of course, will try for 2. It'll be Banks, Blair, along with Sean Poole in the backfield. He'll have both ends tight. Let's see if Huff will go out on the option here and perhaps keep it himself as they try for the 2-point conversion. Huff takes, Huff fumbles the football on the exchange, and he will be swarmed under and tackled back here at the 11-yard line. So the Dogs deny the conversion. The score, 14-0 Appalachia. Stay with us. The Bulldogs kickoff in 30 seconds. Rural Retreat, of course, the Region C champions in Division I. They defeated Narrows last night. Winner of this game between Appalachia and Pocahontas traveling to Rural Retreat next Saturday for the half state. Good return here by Pocahontas up to the 35-yard line. On the return for the Indians was number 22, Timmy Cook, a 6'1", 150-pound senior. It'll be Pocahontas with the football, first down and 10. They have it at around their own 35-yard line. 10 minutes, 22 seconds now left to play here in the first half. Tennessee all over Vanderbilt. We will be bringing you up to date a little later on as soon as we get the score in the Region D Division II playoff game, championship game between the Pamela Vikings and the Hayside Tigers. And on the exchange here, the handoff goes to Grossclose, I believe, to the line of scrimmage. May have gotten a yard into the center of the line, and that is about it. It was Grossclose carrying for 1 yard up to about the 36-yard line. It is second down now. We call it 9. Actually, the gain was only about a foot, but we'll still give him credit on paper for a 1-yard gain to the 36. Wide to the far side, Rubel. To the near side comes Cook. The lone set back in there, Grossclose, as the double slot is set to the left. Pocahontas running left to right across your radio dial. Cook drops back 3 steps, looks up the middle, drops the ball. Recovered by Appalachia. Forcing the fumble and the recovery was Kenneth Russell. A 5'11", 200-pound senior. Appalachia recovers, and they'll be in excellent field position all the way down at the Pocahontas 27-yard line. 9:19 remaining to play here in the first half. Appalachia to the line of scrimmage. Full house out of the backfield. Again, both ends are tight. Huff takes, play fake, drops, looks downfield. Evans is there at the 5. Overthrown, incomplete. Defensive coverage applied by Corey Nunley, a 5'9", 150-pound junior. Just overthrown. Double coverage. Defensively applied by Pocahontas. Evans had worked his way free at the 5-yard line, and Huff just barely overthrows. It will be for the Bulldogs, second down and 10. Appalachia leading the ball game 14-0. For the loser, no tomorrow. For the winner, hopes of a state championship appearance. It is a little screen to the right side. And made all kinds of blocking out front. No trouble. Dives into the end zone. Gives him 6. Screen play to perfection. Maeve had all kinds of blockers in front of him. And he catches on the right sideline and easily goes behind. Good blocking into the end zone for 6. A 27-yard pass to Chris Mabe. And the Bulldogs keep on keeping on. 20-0 Appalachia with their conversion attempt to come. The score comes with 8:55 left to play here in the first half. Huff on the play fake. Looks for Mabe in the end zone. Throws to the short man. It is tipped and intercepted. So Appalachia's trying for 2 no good. With time on the field, Bulldogs lead 20-0. Stay with us, Bulldogs. Kickoff in 30 seconds. Back there by number 22, Timmy Cook. They stand at their own 5-yard line. It will be fielding at the 15-yard line. On a dead run, Timmy Cook, the return up to the 25 to the 30. Ball pops loose as he was tackled at the 32-yard line. However, he was ruled down. The play was over with as the ball popped loose. So Pocahontas will have it first down and 10. They have possession of the football at their own 32-yard line. 8 minutes and 50 seconds left to play here in the first half. Pocahontas huddle up way back here at the 20-yard line. They break, they come to the line of scrimmage. Carter, the quarterback, sets a double slot to the right side. Grossclose, the only running back. It is he who gets the call. And he takes the handoff and dives up to the 35-yard line. Grossclose, number 20. Aaron Grossclose is a 5'9", 175-pound junior. And he picks up 3 yards up to the 35-yard line, where for the Indians of Pocahontas, it is second down and 7 yards to go. 8 minutes and 10 seconds left in the first half. Appalachia leading it here by a score 20-0. Indians of Pocahontas in possession of the football. They break, they come to the line of scrimmage. They'll operate out of the eye. It is Willoughby along with Grossclose. Grossclose, of course, is the tailback. And the handoff will be to the tailback, and he goes absolutely nowhere. Tried off tackle to the left side, dived into there, and dived into the arms of Appalachia's number 79, Greg Stidham, and he was brought down in the mud. No gain, third down. Yardage needed remains 7 for the Indians of Pocahontas, who trail in the ball game 20-0. And this one with 7:25 remaining to play in the first half. Wide to the far side, Rubel. To the near side comes Cook. Roberts, along with Nunley, are in the slot. Gross close, the lone running back. Carter, screen pass, set up the middle, complete. It is Gross close, up to the 40, 45-yard line. And it'll be a first down. On the middle screen, complete from Carter to Gross close, up at the 45-yard line. First and 10, Pocahontas. 20-0, Appalachia leading. Bulldogs hope to hold on to this lead, add to it, and go for the half state next Saturday on the road against Rural Retreat up around Withville, Virginia. You can allow yourself maybe 2.5 hours drive time next weekend. Here on the flip back, halfback option pass. This one will be picked off by May. The return at the 40, the 35. May pushed out of bounds at the Pocahontas 28-yard line. Chris May with the interception on the halfback option pass. And Appalachia again threatening possession of the football at the Pocahontas 20, they'll call it the 28-yard line. First and 10, Appalachia. Bulldogs lead 20-0. Tennessee, with a field goal, has now added on to their lead over Vanderbilt 34-0. Huff on the play fake. Looks, man wide open. Banks is there. It's overthrown. Banks and everybody beat into the end zone. Huff just overthrows. Second down and 10 for the Bulldogs. 6 minutes and 31 seconds left to play here in the first half. Tennessee all over Pocahontas 20-0. And Appalachia threatening from the Pocahontas 28-yard line. Second down and 10. They continue to go with that no-huddle offense. Both ends tight. Turner T in the backfield. Huff drops back 5 steps. Now rolls out. Looking. Decides to keep. Turns downfield. He's at the 25. He's inside the 25. Tackled on around the 23-yard line of Pocahontas. A scrambling run that time by Huff of 6 yards. It'll be third down and 4 for the Bulldogs. Line of scrimmage, the 20, we'll call it the 23-yard line. One of the officials has call time, working on the chin strap of Chris Mabe's helmet. That chore having been done, time quickly back in. 6 minutes and 4 seconds remaining to play in the first half. Sprinkling rain here. Umbrellas are out. Here's Huff dropping, being chased. Will keep the ball. Has some blockers. And finally runs out of running room at about the 21 or 22-yard line. He'll be shy of the first down stick by some 3 yards. The gain good, we'll call it, I guess, to the 22-yard line. Someplace around the 22 or 23. A long 3 is needed for the Bulldogs to continue this drive. It is 4th for Appalachia right at 3, and the Dogs want a timeout. They get it. Pause any action. Stay with us. We'll be following the timeout. Huff and company to the line of scrimmage. Huff sets him down. Huff takes the snap. Huff gives it off to Blair. He scoots to the 20, down to the 19, and he's going to be stacked up between the 18 and 19-yard line. It should be good enough for the Bulldog first down. It is first and 10 Appalachia from the Pocahontas 18-yard line. Appalachia 20, Pocahontas nothing. 5:18 remaining in the first half. They go to the eye. It is Blair along with Poole in the backfield. Fumble. It'll be Huff falling on it. The exchange never made between Huff and Sean Poole, who was trying to get the handoff. The ball slithered Out of the running back, Sean pulls hands to the ground, and Huff was there to pounce upon it. Loss of about a half yard on the play. It is for Appalachia now, second down, and 11 yards to go from around the 19. Here's the pitch out to Banks, and Banks is going to be hauled down for a loss. Knifing through, Jason Rubel, a 5'10", 160-pound sophomore, making the tackle. And he throws Banks for a terrific loss, or a big loss, we should say, all the way back at the 26-yard line. Right at an 8, perhaps 9-yard loss for the Bulldogs. It is for Appalachia third down. He must get to the 9-yard line for a first. They have it up here at about the 26. Third down for Appalachia. 4 minutes and 3 seconds left to play here in the first half. On the cross, first man through, being tackled was, I believe, Banks, carrying the football forward for 2, maybe 3 yards down to the 24-yard line. A 2-yard pickup. It is now for Appalachia. Fourth down and right at 15 yards to go. Huff has thrown deep twice here this afternoon. Both times has overthrown the intended receiver. Let's see what he does here. 3.5 minutes remaining to play in the first half. Appalachia 20-0, trying to nail the coffin just a little tighter here. Here's Huff on the play fake. Has made there in the end zone. It is incomplete. Thrown in the double coverage was the football. Appalachia fans wanting the yellow marker with interference call, but they do not see it. It was a good defensive play by Pocahontas. It is incomplete. Pocahontas is held, and they take over on downs. First and 10, Pocahontas. They have the football at their own 24-yard line. Tennessee leads Vanderbilt 34-0 in the final seconds of play in the first half. Vanderbilt has the ball fairly deep into the territory, but time just may not be there for Vanderbilt. Pocahontas along Cattle, all kinds of movement along the line, offensively as well as defensively, but we think it'll be a procedure penalty this time against Pocahontas that drew the flags. Appalachia was stunning, jumping, moving about along the line, but they got back, and then Pocahontas jumps, and the penalty is against Pocahontas. It'll mark them back to the 19-yard line, where it becomes second down, first down and 15. At the end of the first half, Tennessee leading Vanderbilt 34-0. Time has run out on the Commodores there in the first half. Pocahontas first down and 15. They have it at their own 19-yard line. Gross close, the lone running back. Carter, the QB under, sends a double slot to the near side. The handoff, Gross close. He's across the 20 to the 25, and, stacked up at around the 25-yard line. His gain will be, they say, from the 19 up to the 23-yard line. Give him 5 yards, second down and 10 from the 24. Second and 10 for Pocahontas. 2.5 minutes remaining to play in the first half. Again, a double slot set to the right side. Gross close, the lone running back as Carter takes and hands it off to Gross close, and he dives off tackle on the left side up to the 25-yard line. Gets only a yard out of it. It'll be at the 25-yard line, where for Pocahontas it is third down and 9. 20-0, Appalachia leads. 2 minutes to go in the first half. Pocahontas breaking huddle from the 15-yard line. They bring it to the line of scrimmage. The center, Ray Lewis, a 6'1", 170-pound senior. The quarterback under is Carter, and he takes. And again, gives off to Gross close for 1 yard up to the 26, and that's it. Now Appalachia wants a timeout. They're going to get this football back. Back into punt formation, Jason Roberts. Jason Evans back deep here for Appalachia, along with, we assume, is number 9, Brandon Lawson. At least I assume that is number 9. And it is. The kick rolls out of bounds. Or rolls dead near the sideline here at the Appalachia 46-yard line, where Appalachia will have it. First down and 10. Bulldogs with a minute and 21 left in the first half, leading the ball game by a score 20-0. There's plenty of time for Huff and Company. A minute and 21 left. Let's see what they do. They send Evans wide to the far side. Blair, I believe, is the lone running back in there. Everybody has become mighty hard to pick up the numbers and see who is who. Here is Huff. Fake pumps, now throws to Banks. Complete at the 40-yard line. He'll be forced out of bounds after a catch at the 40. A run down the sidelines of 7 and out of bounds at the Pocahontas 33-yard line. First and 10, Appalachia. From the 34-yard line of Pocahontas. First and 10, Appalachia. Minute and 14 now left in the first half. Huff has Jermaine Banks to the near side. Eddie Blair, the lone running back, Doug Blair, pardon me, and Pocahontas wants a timeout. Again, pause any action. Stay with us. We'll be back in 1 minute. He's leading. Slot to the right. Huff, a little screen out to the right. It is caught for minus yardage by Jason Evans. A loss of 5 yards on that pass completion. A loss of 6, actually, back at the 41-yard line. Second down here for Appalachia and long. 45 seconds remaining to play in the first half. Huff gives out to Blair. Good hole opens up outside. 35. He's at the 30. Cuts back against to the 25. Down to the 20 and tackled on the 15-yard line. It'll be first and 10 Appalachia. A 26-yard run by Doug Blair. And for the Bulldogs, first and 10 down at the Pocahontas 15-yard line. Plenty of time to go here in the first half. 34 seconds, you can squeeze in a lot of plays into that. 20-0, Appalachia leading and threatening again. Huff takes, drops back 3 steps. Now being chased, being swarmed, and being sacked. Getting through, Troy Willis. 6'1", 210 senior. Powell Valley leading Hayside by a score of 12-0 in the Division II Region D title game. The Powell Valley Vikings leading 12-0 over undefeated Hayside. Here, 23 seconds remain. Appalachia leads 20-0. A face mask penalty here against Pocahontas will move the football inside the 15 down to about the 12-yard line. And it will become first and 10. First and 10 from about the 13-yard line. $20-0 Appalachia leads here. In the Division II Region D title game, it is Powell Valley leading Hayside 12-0. Now they're trying to figure out what down it is and exactly where to place the chain gang across the way. The officials are going to have to straighten this one out. They're satisfied with where it is. It is second down. Well, now they say first down. Is it first or is it second? They're not sure. Well, they say it's first down and 8 yards to go for the first. Back here from the 13-yard line. 20 seconds remaining. Huff sets him down. Huff takes the snap. Huff on the pass to the 5-yard line, incomplete to Jermaine Banks, who ran a little post pattern. Angled into the 5 up front, and it's incomplete, stopping the clock with 12 seconds remaining in the first half. So the Powell Vikings leading Hayside 12-0. Appalachia here leading Pocahontas 20-0. Tennessee at the half leading Vanderbilt 34-0. Alvin coming to the line, slots it to the right. Jason Evans is out there, has the pass, halfback option pass, goes into the end zone. It is intercepted by Close. Pardon me, intercepted by Cook, and he's going to be tackled up here at the 2-yard line. 3 seconds remain to play here in the first half. Appalachia leads. Stay with us. I'll be back in 1 minute. To go here. Florida State leading Florida 13-7. And here's Appalachia's kickoff. It'll be fielded by an man at the 25-yard line, and he'll slide down at the 30-yard line. So Pocahontas has it first down into here, beginning the second half of play. Line of scrimmage, their own 31-yard line. The Powell Valley Hayside game just getting underway in the second half, and we will be keeping you informed as to progress in that particular football game. If Powell Valley wins, they play at Bullet Park next Saturday. Their opponent, of course, will be Giles. And an Appalachia victory here this afternoon. Bulldog travel to rural retreat. Out of the I formation, coming to the line of scrimmage, the Pocahontas Indians. Carter, the quarterback under, has receivers to both sides. And on the play fake, now the option he keeps down to the 35, or up to, we should say, the 35-yard line. Carter, the quarterback, on the option keeps, and we've got an injured Indian down on the field of play. John Miles, a 5'7", 160-pound senior. Slow getting to his feet at the 35-yard line. Injured player, all right. Off the field, Miles under his own power. He should return. 11 minutes and 7 seconds left to play here in the third quarter. One running back in there is Close. Carter has a double slot set to the near side. The take, the giveaway to Close, nowhere. A yard, and that's about it. He is still up. Pushed back. Hold down. Mabe was there defensively for Appalachia, as was number 79, of course, that being Greg Stidham, and there was a host of other Bulldogs around the action, including Ricky Mullis and others. 1 yard pickup, third down. Well, it's still third and a long 5, short 6, as the case would be. Third down, still long yardage needed for the first down for the Pocahontas Indians. Here's a quick pass that is dropped up here at the 40-yard line. It is incomplete. 10 minutes and 16 seconds left to play in the third quarter, and Pocahontas on its initial possession here in the second half. Unable to do anything here in 3 downs. They punt it away. It'll be Jason Evans back deep for the Bulldogs along with Brandon Lawson. In punt formation drops Jason Roberts. Here is the snap. No rush. They have the return on, and there's a knuckler, a floater. That'll be picked up by Brandon at the 37-yard line, and he has his feet chopped out from under him right at that point by Billy Milam. Well, Appalachia hands the football, first down and 10. And their first offensive set here of the afternoon, in the second half, we should say, begins at their own 37-yard line. First and 10 Appalachia from their own 37. Appalachia leads 20-0. Just a little more than 10 minutes remain to play here in the third quarter. Alvin County from the straight Bulldog T formation in the backfield. Both ends are tight. Huff takes on the giveaway. It is Blair with blocking to the 40, out to the 45, and he'll be close to the first down all the way up to about the 47-yard line. A pickup off right at 10, maybe 11 yards. Give him 11 and a first down to the 48-yard line. First and 10 Appalachia. They've gone with that no-huddle offense all afternoon long. 9:52 remaining to play here in the third quarter. Huff sets him down. Huff takes the snap. Blair with a handoff. And he's going to be tackled after he gains right at 2 yards to the 50-yard line. It becomes for the Bulldogs second, right at 8 to go. Ball spotted at or near the 50-yard line. Nose of the ball just touching midfield stripe. Second down, Appalachia. They lead 20-0 over Pocahontas. Outtakes, dropping back, looking outside, throws up the middle. He is hit as he lets it go. It's incomplete. Nine minutes and 12 seconds remain to play here in the third quarter. Appalachia leading 20-0. Over in the Division II championship game of Region D, Powell Valley leading Hayside 12-0.
Don't worry, the guys with the umbrellas
Hayside
moving.
Tigers now threatened, I think, from around the Powell Valley 4 or 5 yard line.
They couldn't help it. It's raining
Bulldogs to the
outside.
line of scrimmage. Huff takes, Huff drops back. Huff looking, screen, complete to Banks, back at the 45. He's at the 50, he's at the 45. Slants to the 40, and is
Once again,
rustled
bear with us.
around.
The guys with the umbrellas do move again. They couldn't help it. They didn't know they were
They
in front
mark it
of
at the
them.
Pocahontas 36.
You're kind of limited at Appalachia
On the screen
on
from
where you can
Larry
film from.
to Jermaine Banks. And it'll be brought back. There's a laundry on the field. Clipping apparently the call here. That'll nullify the first down pass.
And Appalachia is not fortunate to have a large press box, so you do have to kind of film from above the bleachers. And these guys didn't know they had the umbrellas in front of the camera, but in a few minutes they do move.
15-yard penalty. Clipping against the
We do
Bulldogs.
apologize for them.
Back at the 45-yard line. Appalachia has it at their own 45-yard line. Wherefore then it is third down and 12 yards to go. Appalachia about to, or pardon me, Hayside now threatening to score against Powell Valley. Hayside has it inside the 1 yard line. We'll keep you up to date on that as Huff sets him down. Huff on the giveaway. It is Sean Poole. Starts out, cuts back into the 40.
Once again, there are the guys helping move the umbrella people.
Sean Poole carries that
They
time
do move
right
in
at
this
5
division.
yards.
I appreciate it,
It'll be
guys.
for the Appalachia Bulldogs, fourth down, right at 7 or 8 yards to go. Hayside has just scored its first points of the ball game.
Thanks.
A 1 yard touchdown plunge into the end zone.
Beautiful.
They have drawn to
Thank you very
within 6 of Powell Valley. And Hayside's conversion attempt will come. It's now Powell Valley 12, Hayside 6. Here, Appalachia leads 20-0. Sean Poole on 4th and long will punt from midfield. Back deep to receive for Pocahontas. Here is an end-over-end kick. Bounces at the 30, takes an Appalachia roll to the 20, and will be down at the Pocahontas 16-yard line. As unable to field that one on the hop was Timmy Cook. First down and 10 for Pocahontas. From their own 16-yard line. Powell Valley now leading 12-7 over Hayside. 7:59 left here at Rick Stadium. Appalachia's 20-0 Bulldogs. Pocahontas in possession, first and 10 from their own 16-yard line. Carter and company to the line. They'll operate this time out of the eye. Roberts is at fullback. Gross Close is the tailback. Slot is set to the near side. In that slot is Nunley. And on the pitch, it comes back to Gross Close. Looks outside, and he is hemmed and hauled down. A head-on tackle made by the Bulldogs' Jason Hyder, a 5'5", 140-pound 10th grader, who made a big hit that time on Gross Close, who weighs 175 pounds. And Gross Close was hit hard by the youngster. A gain of 1 it is for Pocahontas, second down and 9, up here at their own 17-yard line. 7 minutes and 4 seconds left to play in this, the third quarter. One running back in there is Willoughby. Penalty flags are thrown. Someone lines up offsides. $20-0. There's your score. Appalachia leads. It's going to be an offsides assessment of 5 yards against the Pocahontas Indians. The penalty will move it back to right around the 13-yard line. And it becomes second down. We'll call it 13, right at 14 yards to go for the first down. They must move the ball up here at the 26-yard line. They have it at the 13. It is 2nd and 13 for Pocahontas. The Indians trailing the Bulldogs of Appalachia 20-0. I formation. Carter takes the snap. On the option. Decides to keep being rushed. Hauled down, thrown for a loss. All the way back at the 9-yard line for Appalachia. Todd Jesse, a 6 foot, 190-pound junior with a solo sack in the quarterback. The loss of 4 back to the 9. It'll be 3rd and long. They'll need 3rd and 16. It'll be for Pocahontas at around the 10-yard line. 6.5 minutes remaining to play in the 3rd quarter. Appalachia leading 20-0. Pocahontas coming to the line of scrimmage. The double slot this time set to the left or to the right side of the field will be the lone running back. Carter, the QB under with the count, the snap, the handoff, big hole, up to the 20. And out to the 21-yard line. Jason Evans making the tackle there on Woolley. Kevin Woolley, a 5'8", 175-pound sophomore. The gain up to the 21-yard line, and 11-yard pickup that time for Pocahontas. It is up at the 22, where it becomes now 4th down and 4 for Pocahontas. 12-7. Powell Valley leading Hayside. 20-0 here. Appalachia leading Pocahontas. Back in the punt formation. Drops Jason Roberts. Here's the snap and there's the kick. Line drive. Short kick. Takes a Pocahontas roll and scoots out of bounds at the Indian 45-yard line. So Appalachia will have it 1st and 10 at the Indian 45-yard line. For the defending Group A Division I state champions, and they are the favorite to do it here again in 93. The handoff is to Jermaine Banks, who angles his way down to the 40-yard line. Banks with 5 yards on a 1st down carry. It is for the Bulldogs now 2nd down and a long 5 to go. Gain was not quite 5 yards. We spotted at the 40 of Pocahontas. And on the giveaway, here's Poole. Starts out, cuts back in to the 35 to the 30. Gets by a tackler to the 30, down to the 25, to the clear, to the 10, to the 5. Does he score? He does! Touchdown, Sean Poole! A 40-yard run by Sean Poole. The score comes with 4:48 left to play in the 3rd quarter. And with Appalachia's conversion attempt to come, the Dogs now lead 26-0. Powell Valley leading Hayside in the Division II Region D championship game, 12-7 over Hayside. Appalachia to try for 2. Huff fumbles the football. Recovered by Pocahontas, try for 2, no good. Time on the field. Appalachia leads 26-0. We'll be back on the kickoff in 30 seconds. It's 26-0 Appalachia. Their only conversion successfully done today. Banks on Appalachia's first touchdown back in the 1st quarter. Appalachia's kick the return out to the 25 to the 30. After the 35-yard line to the 40, out to the 42. Returning the football that time, Jason Rugal, 5'10", 160-pound sophomore. It'll be for Pocahontas, 1st down and 10. They have the football around their own 41-yard line. 1st and 10, Pocahontas. 4:41 left to play in the 3rd quarter. 26-0, Appalachia leads. Pocahontas coming into the ball game this afternoon with a 6-win, 5-loss record after defeating Irvington last week in 1st round of Region D action, 7-6. Here's a little screen outside. It is incomplete. That's a lateral. That's a free ball. It is picked up by the Bulldogs. Number 83, Michael Pierce, and he rambles for an apparent touchdown. Let's see what the officials say. To me, it was a lateral. What do the officials say? Nothing yet. That was not a forward pass. That ball was up for grabs. Beyond a shadow of a doubt. Thrown behind the line of scrimmage. Well, they call it an incomplete forward pass. It was a lateral to me. Now they're going to call, is there a penalty down too? So Michael Pierce apparently picking up that free ball, running for a touchdown. It is brought back. They say an incomplete forward pass. And an apparent penalty against Appalachia up and coming as well. No penalty. We'll take the penalty away. There was no penalty, but it is 1st and 10. 2nd and 10. Well, I'll tell you, the Bulldog fans don't like that one. Well, the downs marker over there reads 1st down. Now the officials are going to discuss something else here. There is a pause in the action. Stay with us. We'll be back in 30 seconds. It is 1st down, Pocahontas and 10. I don't understand that. But the handoff and swarm for a loss of 2 yards. Hit in the backfield by Brandon Mullis. By number 64, or pardon me, by Brandon Mullis. Who else is out there for Appalachia? Number 21 was there around the football, Todd Jesse. And a loss on the runner, Woolley, is for 2 yards. It is 2nd down and 12 for Pocahontas. The line of scrimmage about the 38-yard line. Make it the 39-yard line. 2nd down, 12. 3.5 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter. It's 26-0 Appalachia leading. Carter taking, dropping back. Screen is set up. It is thrown. It is incomplete. Almost intercepted that time. Getting a hand on it, almost coming out with his Kenneth Russell. Good rush by Appalachia's Eric Coffey, along with, I believe, Brandon Mullins. And that was thrown incomplete. 3rd down and 12. Pocahontas with the football back here at their own 39-yard line. 26-0 Appalachia leads. In the Division II title game of Region D football action, it is Powell Valley leading Hayside 12-7. Pocahontas, big play coming up, 3rd down, 12 yards to go from their own 39. Carter takes, play fake, being chased, and he's going to be sacked. Eric Coffey, a 280-pound senior, got through and tripped it up in the backfield for the sack. The loss is all the way back at the 33-yard line. Exactly 3 minutes remaining to play here in the 3rd quarter. 4th and long, and Pocahontas will punt it away. Jason Allen's along with Brandon Lawson dropping back to receive. High snap. Here's the kick. And it'll go for a very little distance. Floats its way dead at the Bulldog 41-yard line. So Appalachia has it. 1st and 10 at their own 41-yard line. T formation. The handoff will go to Blair, I believe. And Blair will slither and slide his way for a couple of yards up to about the 43. 2 minutes and 7 seconds remaining. 3rd quarter. Appalachia possession, 2nd down and 8. They have it at their own 43-yard line. Same Bulldog set. They have a pitch out. This time comes to Banks. Looking for running room outside, 45. And he's tackled from behind. Rolled out of bounds at the 47-yard line. Making the tackle that time, Billy Milam. The ball spotted for play in or around the 40, we're going to call it the 48-yard line, where it is 3rd, roughly 3 yards to go for a Bulldog first. And on the cross, 2nd man, Sean Poole across the 50 into Pocahontas territory, the 49 to the 48-yard line. 1st and 10, Appalachia. 1 minute and 45 seconds remaining in the 3rd. Dogs have controlled the football game. Taking the snap is Huff. On the option, keeps. turns down at the 40 to the 39-yard line. Larry Huff on the option, faked to two different runners, kept it himself, followed their blocks all the way down to the Pocahontas 39-yard line. A pickup of 8 yards. It is for the Bulldogs second down and 2. A minute and 17 now remaining to play here in the third quarter. Appalachia's no huddle offense. Quickly they come to the line of scrimmage. Right now, Appalachia interested in controlling the clock as well as the football. They've controlled everything else. Here's a handoff to Doug Blair. I'll tackle the right side to the 38 to the 37-yard line. At the end of the third quarter of play, the Pocahontas Vikings leading Hayside by a score of 12-7. The third quarter has just ended over there at Hayside. Here, 32 seconds remain to play in the third quarter, and Appalachia leading it 26-0 over Pocahontas. Third down, right at 1 yard needed here for the Appalachia Bulldogs. Huff calls his number. He sneaks for the first down to the 35-yard line. First and 10 Appalachia. They'll have it at around the Pocahontas Indian 35. Is at the 36-yard line. First down and 10 Appalachia. 15 seconds left in the third quarter. Clock is moving down. Should be the final play of the third. Huff dropping back on the play fake. Throw downfield. Jason Evans is there. He falls. It's incomplete at the 10-yard line. That one just underthrown. Huff had double coverage. Had to slow down. And as he slows at the 10-yard line, his feet come out from under him. It is incomplete. Stopping the clock with 5 seconds remaining in the third quarter. This will be the final play of the period. They've begun the fourth and final quarter of play over there in Hayside. The Pocahontas Vikings are leading by a score there 12-7. Huff takes the snap. Huff gives this football off to the right side. Jason Hyder. He's to the 20. He's to the 10. He's to the 5. He scores! Hyder, a 36-yard run by Jason Hyder. It's 32-0. The score comes on the final play of the third quarter. No time left in the third as he scores the touchdown. 32-0. Appalachia, their 2-point conversion attempt to come. Huff has him down, takes the snap. Blair with a handoff, off tackle right, he's in there. $34-0 your score. Dogs lead. Back with a kickoff in the start of the fourth quarter in 30 seconds. Next Saturday, Rural Retreat winning the Regency title last evening 21-0 over Narrows. Here's the Bulldog kickoff. It's out of bounds at the 22-yard line. It'll draw a penalty flag. Second time today one of Appalachia's kicks has gone out of bounds. On the previous time, Pocahontas took it at the 35-yard line. Let's see what they opt to do here. They're going to have Appalachia kick it again. So Bulldogs penalized 5 yards. The kick this time will come from the 35-yard line. Appalachia will kick it again. Back deep for Pocahontas. Stand Timmy Cook, along with Jason Rubel. Rubel number 4, a 5'10", 160-pound sophomore. Cook, a 6'1", 150-pound senior. He is number 22. Each standing at about their own 10-yard line, or up to the 15. Here is the kick. It'll be fielded at the 15-yard line. It is Timmy Cook returning to the 30. Cuts outside 35 to the 40. Still on his feet at the 45, and he drags tacklers with him up near the 47 or 48-yard line. So Pocahontas will begin a drive with 11:49 left to go in the fourth and final quarter of play here. First and 10 in the Indian football at their own 48. Cal Valley again leading Hayside 12-7. That one in the first couple of minutes of play of the fourth quarter. In fact, 9:27 left in the fourth quarter there at Hayside. And the Pocahontas Vikings holding on to the football and to the lead. Here, Appalachia chalk it up. They lead 34-0. 11 minutes and 35 seconds remaining to play. Carter and company to the line for the Indians. Carter takes the snap on the cross. It is carrying the football gross close up to the 50-yard line in the Bulldog territory, about the 49, maybe the 48-yard line. A pickup of 4 yards from the 48 to the 48. It'll be for Pocahontas, second down and 6. Actually, a 5-yard pickup from the 47 of the Bulldogs to the 47 of the Indians to the 48 of the Bulldogs. So it is second down and 5. Second and 5, Pocahontas. 10:55 remaining to play here in the ball game. And all kinds of movement here. It's coming in motion was Roberts. That drew one of the Bulldogs offsides. And, of course, one of the linemen there, Pocahontas, also jumped. It'll be a procedure call of 5 yards against Pocahontas. The defense can move about a little bit. The offense cannot. The tight end on the near side is the one who moved. It'll be a 5-yard penalty. Becomes second and 10. Back at the 47-yard line. Second down, 10 yards to go. Here's Appalachia jumping. One of the Hayside players has just returned a punt 99 yards for a touchdown. A 99-yard punt return by Hayside. And Hayside leading that ball game now 13-12 over the Pocahontas Vikings. We check out the marker here. Appalachia's nose tackle. Jumped off. It'll be a 5-yard penalty against Appalachia. Or, yes, a 5-yard penalty against Appalachia. We'll move it to the Bulldog. Ooh, not just offsides, but they're calling for the big penalty here. All the way down to Appalachia's 38-yard line. First down and 10 here for Pocahontas. 34-0 your score in favor of the Indians, in favor of the Bulldogs, pardon me. Here's Carter throwing out the flat, incomplete. That'll stop the clock with 2 minutes and 8 seconds to go here in the ball game. A 99-yard punt return by Hayside. And the Tigers have jumped on top of the Pocahontas Vikings 13-7. That one far from over though. But what a play, a 99-yard punt return. Jay Hackney returning that punt, 99 yards for Hayside. Here on the handoff, I believe carrying was Gross close. No, it was not Gross close. This was Willoughby carrying it to the center of the line, down for the Bulldog 35-yard line. Pick up a 3, third down and 7 now for the Pocahontas Indians. .34 remaining to play in the ball game. It's 34-0 here in favor of the Appalachia Bulldogs. Their opponent next week on the road, Rural Retreat. Up there around the Withville, Virginia area, you can allow yourself 2.5 hours drive time to attend that 1:30 kickoff next Saturday afternoon. Here's Carter dropping back, being chased. Left loose, guesses he was hit. It's going to be an easy interception for Appalachia's Chris May at the 19-yard line. So the Bulldogs have it first and 10. Back here at their own. 34-0 Appalachia leads. Half takes, gives it off and going nowhere. Was whom? That was Hyder for Appalachia. Hyder, of course, earlier here in the ball game. In fact, on the very last play of the third quarter, ran one into the end zone from 36 yards out for a touchdown. Now Appalachia wants a timeout and it's remaining now in that ball game. Hyder, the new quarterback here for the Bulldogs, and here's a big hole, opens up, rambling down, Tony Galloway could go, and the deep 40 down at the 35, tackle from behind at the 33-yard line. Tony Galloway, a 6', 155-pound junior, carries the ball, big hole, a great burst of speed. He hit the line of scrimmage, all out, and rambled, raced, and slid his way down to the Pocahontas 31-yard line. Big run from the Appalachia 19 to the Pocahontas 31-yard line. First and 10, Bulldogs. All new material out there for the Bulldogs. Hyder, the quarterback, and Pocahontas jumps offside. Pocahontas jumps offside. It'll be a 5-yard penalty down to the 26-yard line, where the Bulldogs will have it first down and 5 yards to go. Dennis Stacy in the backfield for Appalachia, along with Tony Galloway. Hyder, the quarterback under, and again, penalty flags are thrown as both sides show a lot of movement along the line. This time, procedure against Appalachia. We'll move it back up here at the 31-yard line, and it'll be first and 10. Hyder with a long count, takes the snap, and let's see, who's carrying the football that time? Was the first man through, or did the exchange was never made? There was a fumble, and Pocahontas has recovered. Bulldogs cough it up here at their own, at the Pocahontas 32-yard line, so Pocahontas has it first and 10 at their own 32. 7.5 minutes remaining to play. Appalachia has this one in the barn, 34-0. Dogs with their second defensive unit out there, late getting to the line of scrimmage. And the handoff goes to number 24, Willoughby. Looks outside, gains up to the 40, and he'll be close to the first down stick up here at the 42 or 43-yard line. Appalachia late getting their defensive unit out there. That ball was snapped with only 2 Bulldog defenders on the line. And there is penalty, flags thrown. Several thrown here now against Appalachia. Seven minutes and 2 seconds left to play here in the ball game. Appalachia traveling to Rural Retreat next Saturday for the semifinals of the state championship playoffs. Appalachia on the verge of getting the larger 2 trophies being presented here in the San Antonio. It'll be the Region D Championship Trophy. Group A Division 1. 6:55 remaining. Pocahontas, first and 10. They have the football up here at their own 47-yard line. Carter takes the snap, rolls to his right, being chased, and he's running back. Knifing through Tony Galloway. He did it on offense a while ago. He does it on defense now. The junior is 6 feet, 155 pounds. What a big tackle. For a big loss against Pocahontas. Loss all the way back to the 39-yard line. Second and 18. $34-0. Appalachia winning this one with right at, well, exactly now 6 minutes left. As the snap, the handoff, depth at the 41-yard line. Defensively for the Bulldogs there, making the solo tackle, Dennis Stacy, a 5'9", 150-pound junior. As carrying the ball that time, I believe, was Nunley. Unable to go anywhere. Corey Nunley, a junior at 5'9", 150 pounds, picks up a little more than a yard. We'll give him 2 up to the 41. 5.5 minutes remaining. Third down and long. Third and about 16. The double slot set to the near side. Carter, the quarterback, has been there all the way this afternoon. Takes the snap and drops back. Throws up the middle. This ball is incomplete. Overthrown off the fingertips. Cook. Fourth down for the Indians. They need 16 for the first down. And in defeat, they will insert into the ball game. They're punting it. Back deep for Appalachia, Sam Sellers, number 4. He's joined back there by Tommy Collier, number 2. Sellers and Collier back deep to receive this punt, if indeed they kick it away, and they will. A line drive spiral over the heads of the receivers, and it'll take a roll down to the 19-yard line where against Hayside. First and 10 here for the Appalachia Bulldogs. They have it at their own 19-yard line. Hyder, the quarterback, undertakes the snap. And on the giveaway, coming out of the line of scrimmage after being stopped there. And on second effort, Dennis Stacy brings the ball from the line up to the 25-yard line. That'll be a 5-yard pickup. Second down and 5 for the Bulldogs. The line of scrimmage, the ball close to the 25-yard line. Second down 5, we call it for the Bulldogs, with 4:15 now remaining in the ball game. Galloway's in the backfield there for the Bulldogs, along with Dennis Stacy. We'll check the other back here in a minute. As the handoff goes up the middle to the 28 to the 30-yard line. Carrying the football that time for our Bulldogs, Dennis Stacy. The other running back in there for Appalachia, Robert Warburton, number 24, 5'6", 170-pound, ninth grader. Michael Blanca, the tight end on the far side for the Bulldogs. I think it's Chris Sloan, the tight end on the near side. The snap, Hyder being chased, being tackled, thrown for a loss back at the 26-yard line, getting through John Miles. Well, the Appalachia Pocahontas game pretty much decided here. The only question is, will Appalachia score another touchdown or not? But still a ways away from being decided is the game between the Powell Vikings and the Hayside Tigers for the Region D Division II championship game. Powell Valley trailing by 2, 14-12, but Powell Valley in possession in the final minutes of play. And Galloway carries up to the 30 to the 31-yard line. It'll be third down now for Appalachia. Third down and roughly 10 yards to go. Third down and 10 for the Bulldogs. Appalachia possession at their own 31-yard line. 2:25 remaining. Hyder takes the snap. Second man, Galloway. Cuts out. 35. He's at the 40. 45 to go. 50. 40. On the end of 8. At the 30. At the 25. Slips to the 20. Slides to the 10. Scoops at the 5. He's in. Boogie, boogie, boogie. Touchdown, Galloway. Cody Galloway. A 69-yard touchdown run by Galloway. And the Bulldogs up their lead 40-0. The score comes with 2 minutes and 7 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. Appalachia going for 2 points. Hyder has him down. And now the try for 2 from the 1.5-yard line. Hyder takes the snap, gives this one off to Stacy, and he is stopped at the line of scrimmage. 40-0 is your score in favor of Appalachia. Stitch up there. And boy, I'll tell you what's the truth. What a ball game that was. The Hayside Tigers battling the Pamela Vikings, and Hayside in the semifinals of the Group A State Championship Playoffs, Division II of Group A. Hayside has defeated Pocahontas by a score of 14-12. And here on the kick return, up to the 40 to the 45-yard line, where being tackled by Appalachia's Sam Sellers was Cook. Terry Cook on the return for Pocahontas. It'll be Indian football 1st and 10 from their own 45-yard line. So WNPA next Saturday will be broadcasting the Appalachia at Rural Retreat football game, whether on AM or on FM, depends in part on Virginia Tech's basketball schedule, I guess. But nonetheless, we'll make those announcements as the week progresses. I will be traveling to Rural Retreat to bring you the play-by-play as Willie carries off tackle to the right side up near the midfield stripe. 127 seconds to go in this ball game. Pocahontas will end their season at 6-6. Appalachia remains undefeated, 12-0. They'll play Rural Retreat, who has a 9-3 record. Here on out, Appalachia on the road. They're 2 games away from repeating as Group A Division I state champions. The handoff. Cook hands it off to Nunley. He's at the 40. He's at the 35 and dragged down at the 30-yard line. The tackle by Tommy Collier, an 11th grader, 5'9", 133 pounds. It'll be 1st and 10, Pocahontas. 49 seconds remaining. Ball marked for play, and the chain gang moves, and the clock continues its downward trek. Pocahontas brings it to the line of scrimmage. Well, it could be the final play of the ball game. The handoff goes to Willoughby. Willoughby on his feet to the 25, to the 24, game tackled at the 23-yard line of Appalachia. Well, we'll get another play anyway. Pocahontas wants a timeout. They do. They get it. Trying to end the season on at least a positive note. They'll take a timeout and talk it over. We're back in 1 minute. So Pocahontas now to the line. Could be the last play of the game. A pass that is caught by Cook as time marks its way down to 12 seconds. That ball was taken away by Appalachia following the reception. So Appalachia will send their offense on to the field. They'll huddle up and will sit back and watch the clock come down. 3, 2, 1. That's it. Appalachia wins it by a score of 40-0. Our congratulations to the Bulldogs. They are the Division I Group A Region D champions here. The Hayside Tigers, of course, the Division II titles, winning over the Pamela Vikings 14-12 to San Antonio. Giles and Hayside will have state next Saturday. Appalachia at Rural Retreat for the half state of Division I. We will be following the Bulldogs all the way out here on WNPA. The only question is whether on AM or on FM. We will make that announcement throughout the coming week.